Hey everybody, welcome to Let's Look at Albino Lullaby. Can I really not have the time limit up as well? Alright, fair enough. Yes, welcome to Let's Look at Albino Lullaby. This is a game made by Ape Law Studios. We're just going to start a new game, and we'll watch the opening cutscene and then we'll get into it. In between, there are things known. There are things unknown. Yeah, we're watching a house blow up and burn down. So we got some green balls, very supernatural, rising up from this mansion, enveloping the house and basically ripping it apart. We'll get into that. I remember an accident where we're driving along. And eventually we'll hit the... What was that? Then we crash. Albino. Yep. Oh, it's taking a while to load. That's one thing that we will get into in this Let's Look at is the loading screens. Use the mouse and the arrow keys to look around. I myself am not using a mouse. I am using a Xbox 360 controller, but we'll get into compatibility in a moment. Let's first just finish off the cutscene, which will show us what we're doing. So, we are in a room full of cages. Welcome. We get chucked out. So, yes, welcome. Cher came out with us. Welcome to Let's Look at Albino Lullaby. This is a game created by Ape Law Studios, and right now you can download the demo. At the time of this recording's release, you'll be able to download their demo off the website, which I'll leave a link to, and it's being reviewed for an actual Steam release. So let's get into the crux of the game here. What is Albino Lullaby about? Why are you doing a full Let's Look at rather than a review? This game is again a full Let's Look at because it really caught my interest. It is a first-person survival horror game, so we don't have anything to defend ourselves, nor will we get anything to defend ourselves. And if you want the best analogy that I've come up with so far, it's a lot like Luigi's Mansion. You know, because we are going to be taking place in a giant-ass mansion. It's like Luigi's Mansion meets Amnesia the Dark Descent with all of the tension-building horror, meets Room 1408 the movie, which just completely screws with your head. So where do these respective references come in? Well, the Luigi's Mansion one should be obvious, left shift to run. I don't think... Oh, that's how I run with the Xbox controller. But yes, the Luigi's Mansion one obviously hits home straight away with this mansion all here, just like looking nice, and if we just press this button, the mansion shifts and contorts to our whims. As for the other two references, they become apparent a lot later because this is a survival horror game, and it's a lot like Amnesia or Silent Hill 2, in which the majority of this Let's Look at is going to be spent not seeing anything. Like, it's literally tension building all the way up to the reveal, which, for story's sake, we'll get into in a moment, I won't reveal. So it'll just be like, oh, there's things around here, and then as we progress through, we'll learn more about the story, and then we get a jump scare, or, well, it's not really a jump scare, it's more of a reveal, because you do already see kind of what's chasing you, but we'll get into that in a minute. And when you see the reveal, you're like, oh shit, what the hell have I done? And then, when the reveal itself starts to unfold and you're running for your life, you're like, that was a great reveal because we had a sufficient amount of tension building to make it happen. And then as we get further and further through the mansion, we decide, you know, what is real, what is fake. You know, it says to the surface. Well, let's just go to the surface. Yeah, But yeah, it's the last comparison is like room 1408 because it's like, oh, let's just go to the surface, let's see, but ooh, there is prisoner restraining things. So does that mean that we're not supposed to go up to the surface, but they're bringing people down here to do something weird to them? So that means, Sparrow, you should talk about the story. I can't. Let me just say this about Albino Lullaby's story. Albino Lullaby and the Ape Law development team got a award at the Boston Indie Game Festival for Best Narrative and Best World Building. And the world building, the world and the lighting is fantastic, which we'll get into when we talk about the engine on the Unreal Engine, but it's got the best atmosphere and definitely the best storytelling. Like, to tell you the story, or to even inkle at the story, to hint at the story, would do this game a dissatisfaction. This is a game much like the Stanley Parable, in which you have to play it to experience it. Like, if you can watch this Let's Look At, because I am going to cut out the reveal just to keep the mystery and keep the actual integrity of the game. So this Let's Look At is fine, you can see the first couple of minutes, but if you're going to buy this game, do not watch a Let's Play of it. Do not go and see a Let's Play of it, because it's a disservice to both the game and yourself. To watch a Let's Play of it would ruin it for yourself. I would really recommend downloading it first, playing through it, and then watching a Let's Play of it to see what everybody, did different. This itself is the demo, so you're not going to get too much out of the demo, but the full game is set to release, and we'll talk about the full game in a moment. But I'll show you what I mean by like the story, because the story is built up through these notes, which I have skipped over several on purpose, and each note we pick up tells us more and more of the story and builds the mystery for yourself. So if we just pick up this note here, it's like, Matteau, no, stop using my secret washroom. That's for me when I'm on shift. You can use the toilets upstairs if you have to go. You really make me uncomfortable. You keep leaving your stuff in there after your shift. I know you've been touching my special seat. Stop it. I hate you. I'm going to bite you. I will bite you. So, clearly one of our captors, or maybe one of the guards that was on shift, but if he's a guard that's on shift, was he the one that brought us here? Who knows? But clearly he has a issue with a guy. He has some anger management issues. And of course, this is his secret washroom from making the level twist and contort, and we do get a key for that thing. And then going back, we watch the level twist and contort around. You can see all of the level moving around there. The physics engine works pretty well, like it'll throw chairs around when things are actually going. And yeah, that's the main crux of the game, because don't get stuck on the seat. That's the main crux of the game, because the trailer, not the actual trailer, but the little description says, clinging to the precipices of underground cliffs, watch as the world twists and contorts around you as you proceed through this equally as twisted narrative, which it is. It's pretty. The narrative is pretty screwed up. Like, this piece of paper here, anyone caught peeping at the ascension from here will be gravely punished. Reporting friends reaps great rewards. So, it's making others snitches be telling on each person. So maybe we don't want to do that. Do we want to snitch on our friends? I don't know. I'm not going to spoil it, because again, I'm going to keep this as spoiler-free as possible, because it's like the Stanley Parable again. This is my last comparison to the Stanley Parable before we move on to the graphics and the lighting engine. But once again, like the Stanley Parable, I can't reveal it. It's hard. It is really hard to do a Let's Look At of a game where you can't talk about the story. Like, there is a piece of paper on that chair, and this is a pretty screwed up dentist chair with buzzsaws, and people are watching this operation. I would love to show you what's on that piece of paper, but because of the Stanley Parable type comparison where they won an award for best world building and storytelling, I can't spoil the story for you. Like, to ruin to ruin the story would just be a shame. So if you are interested in this game, if this is looking like your cup of tea, this mysterious cavernous mansion, look, because now we can actually see a bit of the underground caves, although we will see them when we get up to the surface. But if this is looking like your bag of tea, this weird rapture-like place at the bottom of the, you know, I guess it's not the bottom of the sea, but the bottom of these caverns with all these whirring gears trying to unravel the mystery, then, you know, please, please, please do yourself a favour and just don't look at the story until you yourself have played it. So this would be our first jump scare, where we would be sliding down into the fire. I do believe that fire, well, the fire would definitely kill you, but I do believe that in the proper version, because this is the alpha demo, and holy shit, for an alpha demo, I have to say they've put in so much work for an alpha demo, which we'll see a lot later on. But you're supposed to slide down into the fire. That would be the first big reveal, and that's the only reveal that we're going to show. The actual main reveal of the basic antagonist, if you will, it's not really an antagonist, but the main reveal of the antagonist will be kept a secret. I will be cutting that out, so don't worry about that. But for now, let's get the key and let's get into the next area, where we will talk about the lighting engine, the actual engine they've used themselves, and of course the actual price point. So let's just grab this key and we will leave this basement-like area and get into the mansion itself. Also, I have to say, this looks kind of cute. Sweetbreads, uncooked, little pears. It's the graphics, you may notice, are crayon drawn on, like everything is drawn onto the floor, and it has that weird like effect. Because looking from far away, if you look at that wall from far away, you're like, oh god, that's real tiles. But then the closer you get, you see that it's just crayon drawn on, and you're like, well, that looks kind of childish, but it works well with the lighting engine. But let's go up to the next floor, and then we'll talk about the lighting engine, the music, and lastly the price point. So watch out for these whirring gears here, and we'll go back round to the altar room, which again, there is paper on the floor which reveals why there is an altar room and what this altar is supposed to do. So I'm not going to spoil what these pieces of paper say. So we'll just run around and we'll go up to the next floor, where you'll be able to see the Luigi's Mansion comparison, and almost for a smaller comparison, a Metroidvania, because it isn't really that linear. You do have to find the puzzles. You do have to find the solutions to the puzzles around this maze-like area of mansion, and, you know, maze-like areas of caves in the late game. So let's just ascend and we'll have a quick look at the mansion, and then we'll talk about the Unreal Engine, because it was made on the Unreal Engine 4, which was a great choice because of the graphical style they'll go with, which again we'll talk about momentarily. So we are going up, and I believe that we will get a loading screen, and this is, oh no, sorry, that was a quick loading screen. Sometimes the loading screens are quick, but the main downside of this game is the loading screens. Like when we transition out of this mansion, you will see that it has a really bad loading screen. So this piece of paper on the bed, we will read just for a second. So, we'll be sending one up to you shortly. Picked up from an auto accident. That was us. We were in the auto accident. We came up this cage of our own free will. Did they leave the keys out on purpose? Did they trick us into coming up here? Wash up and get your mask prepared. Lock the doors so your brothers leave you alone this time. You've earned this. Oh god. Oh god, what? Who's earned this? Who's earned it? Oh, he's earned this. He's earned this. He's washing up. I don't like the look of that guy. We're just gonna get the key. We're gonna get the hell out of here, because, you know, lock the doors. I don't want what that guy's dealing with right now. So yeah, that's basically the crux. You'll see that guy, and he's getting ready to come hunt us down, and this is why now the tension's on. Now tension's on to, like, get the hell out of this mansion or avoid the guy that's going to be running around in this mansion. And now that we get into the mansion, let's just spin around here. There was a button over there. But now you see the beauty. Look how nice this place looks, which will take us right into the engine. Well, yeah, it's not linear, it's like a Metroidvania type, because we have to look around all these rooms. You know, it's a bit of like atmosphere building, because you can come into this room and be like, oh, what's in here? There's nothing, there's no buttons or anything important, but oh well, someone's into some kind of, you know, kind of like self-erotic asphyxiation. Sit in the chair, put the gas mask on, let the happy fumes take you away. Some creepy shit. I mean, the creepiness doesn't really come over. It doesn't really get conveyed when I myself am not reading the pieces of paper to like build the story. This one I will read. We were so different when we were children. How we augmented so. Grandmother would say, we've lost the path. This painting reminds me too much of what we used to be. It must be removed. So apparently they used to be more humanoid, more rabbit-like. Who knows? I mean, that thing in the shower definitely didn't look like that. It's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. So yeah, that's why when I say, you know, oh, we've got some creepy stuff going on, it really doesn't do it service until you've played it for yourself, because I don't want to spoil it. But yeah, as you can see, there are buttons around this mansion. Are we sure? Yes, we want to click all these buttons, and it's more like Metroidvania now, because we have to run round, look like, oh well, there's clearly a cage up or down to the next floor, but we can't take that cage yet. We gotta run round and we've got to look through this mansion and try and find all of the buttons that we need in order to be able to get to the next area. Also, the house rules, and then we'll get into the lighting engine. So, family rules: no bad touching, no throwing garbage into the dark, no off-litter talk, say your pleases and thank yous, resonate with joy, respect your elders, and accept your punishments, you dirty little boys. So yeah, there's some kind of weird overseer of this mansion, which I have a feeling is some kind of twisted dominatrix-like grandmother, because, you know, it says grandmother said we've lost the way. That's like, accept your punishments from your dominatrix grandmother. It's she's clearly the overseer, and did she leave those keys lying around to send us up? I don't know, but let us get into the actual lighting engine and the graphics of this game, which are stunning for an alpha. You know, also, Book has exhibited bad behavior. He will not be released until further notice. Book is contained, maybe, and he's in this padded room that's at the top of the mansion. As you can see, there's a lot more of this mansion to explore later on in the game, but yes, the lighting engine and the graphics work so well with each other, because if you may have noticed, like this here and this carpet here, and to a lesser extent the walls here, they're all like crayon-like. You can see how they were just coloured in with like a felt tip pen, like this door. It looks very coloured in with a felt tip pen, but they made a perfect choice with the Unreal Engine 4, because the Unreal Engine 4 does creepy lighting best. You know, you can get this dynamic lighting. Like, that light up there doesn't actually correspond to this light on this wall or the light on that tree. There was just like a dynamic spotlight put onto that wall to emphasize, like, hey, this glows, this is important, look at it. And then maybe, like, if we just take a peek over at that door, it's like, hey, there's a door there glowing, and it's glowing green with a creepy vibe, which means there could be something creepy in it, like that gas mask chamber. And from a distance, each part of the graphics look perfectly well in this crayon style with this engine, because like they've coloured it in such a way that when the coloured lighting hits the walls, it makes it look real. Like those tiles over there on that kitchen, look, those tiles look like, you know, top of the line graphics. They look pretty real. But the closer you get, the more you realise it's just crayons. Look, it's just crayons. But when you back away, the Unreal Engine's lighting is like, actually, it's not crayons, it looks real. And now you've got this weird, twisted house, because it feels wrong. Like, everything looks fine, but it feels wrong because it's this it's this crayon drawing style. It makes it feel like it's been, this entire mansion has been made by a kid, like he made a mansion, you know, he coloured in each little bit, he coloured in the carpets, and now we're a little doll inside of this child's mansion. I mean, maybe we are a little doll inside this child's mansion. I'm not sure, who knows, but are we sure? Yes, we are. So, you know, I've heard that they're going to upgrade the graphics. No, don't upgrade the graphics. Your alpha graphics are fine. The Unreal Engine the Unreal Engine lighting works great with these graphics. That whole layer looks great with that dynamic lighting. And the different coloured lightings combined with this crayon style graphics just gives it even more of a creepy vibe to me, and I love it. I absolutely adore it. It's like, oh god, this is pretty creepy right here. I mean, I'm not liking the look of that very ominously lit hallway, and considering there's loads of pictures of cockroaches, this is building a really nice world. I am fully immersed. You know, I mean, I'm not, because right now, obviously I'm doing a Let's Look At, and I have run through this part of the game in order to do this Let's Look At and know when the reveal's coming. But, you know, it works so well, because it's like, oh, I don't like that ominous hallway. Maybe I'll take these red stairs up to hell, because we're below hell. We're like in the dark room in Issac. And those red lit stairs look like there's something bad up there. Should we proceed up there? Should we get a key? Because we do not have the correct key to get up there yet. So we'll go over here, and then we'll wrap up with the music and the price point. But first, danger, be sure. Book is contained if all of these three lights shine green. So basically, is book contained? Well, it said book blank contained. Book is blank contained. So is he contained or is he not contained? I mean, I don't know myself. I don't know myself whether he's contained or not. And you know, maybe we are Book, because he's certainly not getting out of that steel door. But how is he not contained? Maybe we are Book. Maybe we're just Book's brother. Maybe we released him. Who knows? As again, I did not read those pieces of paper because I do not want to spoil the story. And what makes a good story? When you've got a good story, a good narrative like this, and amazing lighting engine to go with these graphics. You did so well, 8 Law Studios. What goes well with both of these? Great music, and if you've been listening, we've had some great music playing. I will actually just run around this mansion like in a circle and just put on a couple of clips of tracks you'll hear. I'll put on 3 clips of 3 tracks from the soundtrack just so you can hear how good this music is. And there is a version of this game that you'll be able to purchase with the soundtrack. If you like this kind of music, I recommend downloading this soundtrack. It is beautiful. So I'll just have a quick run around this mansion and let you listen to a couple of seconds of each soundtrack. So goodbye for the moment, ladies and gentlemen. should have been enough time for the soundtrack. That seemed like about a good minute or so to me, so... Yeah, that was the soundtrack, pretty damn good. It fits so well with this weird, creepy mansion. It bloody well does. So, we press all three of these buttons, and then we get into the last point, which is the price point also. I don't know if book is contained or not. Oh, that could be bad. Or could it be good? Maybe we are book. Maybe we're not. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows what we are? I mean, we'll read this one note. I don't think this is too much of a spoiler. We were so different when we were children. How have we augmented so? Grandmother would say, we've lost the path. This painting reminds us too much of what we used to be. It must be removed. And the little sack man. Very strange, they used to look like that with claws. I don't know. Also, this second part is a different recording because we did have a bit of a recording crash, so I don't remember if I showed that off. But anyway, sure, book is contained if these three lights shine green. Well, it said he wasn't contained, but he didn't get out that locked door. So, let's move on now that we've heard the music. Move to the final point, which is the price point. So, and also we'll hear the first bit of tension, because when we go through this loading screen, oh, here's the loading screens, by the way. They take a while, so it does break immersion. But yeah, see what I mean? Oh! So you've heard something, they know we're in the mansion now. And this button, okay, so I'll just tell you, this button gives us the reveal, so we're going to pretty much wrap it up here. I may skip past the reveals just to show you the outside, like the underground cave bit, just because it shows off the underground cave. But lastly is the price point, or lastly is the controls, and then we'll move on to the price point. So the controls, it's key. You can control it with a keyboard, of course. It is a PC game. You can also control it with an Xbox 360 controller, and it is the Xbox 360 controller I'm using the left stick to move, right stick to rotate the camera, not the R trigger, the R shoulder button to pick stuff up, and A to jump. It's standard controls. It's very easy when you're playing them with a controller. It feels a lot better than using a PC because it's more, you know, it makes you feel more relaxed because you're playing with the controller. And when the reveal happens, when you press this button a few times, oh, makes it feel even more scarier. And the other third compatibility is it's compatible with the Oculus Rift, and oh my gosh, if this was on Oculus Rift, like if I had, this game would make me buy an Oculus Rift. I would love to see this mansion right up in my face, in my eyeballs. This game would make me buy an Oculus Rift, and I am so glad that they made this game Oculus Rift compatible, especially when you delve deeper into the storyline, which we're not going to do. So as you can see, the house rotates here, and if we rotate 3 times, we will get the reveal. So we won't be rotating 3 times. I think we'll only be rotating twice. So we go to this lovely pool area, which is very nice, and then we'll talk about the price point. But we will look at the final note of the let's look at. Just to show it off, because it might tell us just how big this mansion is. Billy searched and searched, but he found nothing. Surely there is more to this rat maze. Something to touch, something to eat, he thought. But he merely stared into the void, and the void did not stare back. Still, sightless, it beckoned. Ooh, so it's a rat maze. It's pretty big, pretty huge, many rooms, many twists, many corridors. But anyway, to the final point, which is the price point. So we will not be rotating again. This is our final rotation, as the reveal is if we press the button once more. But oh, look at how good that lighting looks. The red, I know it's just crayon drawings, but it looks like real columns with, you know, cracked stone on it with that red dynamic lighting. Oh, it's so good. It looks so nice, so nice. But the price point, this game is a weird one because it is actually it's going to be split into 3 games. And it's Season 1 Episode 1, Season 2 Episode 2, and Season 1 Episode 1, Season 1 Episode 2, and Season 1 Episode 3. Now, you can get the Early Bird Special, which is $9.99, so I'm going to round these up. $10 for the Early Bird Special, which nets you the demo, which I'm playing right now, the soundtrack, which I was playing to you earlier, and Season 1, Episode 1. So you get quite a lot for your money. I think that's a pretty good price point for the actual amount of money. And then if you don't get an Early Bird Special, when the game gets released, you can buy Episode 1 for $10, Episode 2 for $10, and Episode 3 for $10. However, there is a Season Pass which you can buy the full season, so Episodes 1, 2, and 3, the demo, and the soundtrack for $25, which that's a kind of a risk. I mean, this one, I mean, I'm not going to spoil it, but this one was a review copy. The demo was a review copy, at least, because I didn't know if you had to purchase the demo in order to just, like, I thought you have to purchase the full $10 thing to play the demo. I didn't know if there was a free demo or not. But the guys over there were like, oh yeah, here's the demo, because it's just a demo, it's supposed to be free anyway. But after playing the demo, I was very, I was like, oh, this is a great demo. And I myself have purchased the $25 season pass because, oh god, if the whole season is like this game with the atmosphere that it's built up so far, I would definitely buy it. But the great thing about the demo, which I was told about, was it's a .exe file, like, it's not attached to Steam, whereas the full version is. So if Dragger wants to play the demo to see if she's going to purchase it, I can just send a zip folder with this demo in it. If Icy wants to play the demo to see if he'll purchase it, I just send him a zip folder with this demo in it. So I can basically give out free demos to people if they want to play it, because it's just a demo, and then they can look at it and say, yeah, that was pretty good, I'd pay $10 for the first episode, or I'd pay $25 for the first episode. And also, just the length of this demo. It's like 3-hour demo. That's a pretty damn long demo for just being an alpha demo, because remember, this is still in alpha and it's only gonna get better. So I'm gonna give it a jump cut, because we're gonna do the reveal. So I'm gonna give it a jump cut here, and then I will give my final verdicts on the game. But as for my thoughts on splitting it into three actual games, like 3 episodes, if you think you can do it, I mean, you've impressed me with this demo. If you think you can do it, Ape Law, I believe in you, and I'm ready to back you on this 3-part thing. I usually don't like episodic games, but Half-Life Episode 1 or Half-Life 2 Episode 1 and Half-Life 2 Episode 2, Valve did episodic gaming right. So if you believe you can do the episodic gaming, I love the demo, and I'm going to back you all the way for Season 1, At the end of Season 1, we'll decide whether you should have a Season 2, because my opinions may change, but from this demo, I'm more than willing to go through, I'm more than willing, and have actually bought your $25 thing, your $25 Season Pass, and I'm ready to go through this season with you guys. Because I've got to do a Let's Play, I've got to, it's so good, it's so good. So, oh god, well, this is giving the final verdict away, isn't it? So yeah, the price point is a bit expensive, but for those that actually already have the demo, they can let other people try it first to see if they're going to purchase it or if they're not going to purchase it. So it's a fine thing, because in a way they're giving away, someone's got to buy a demo, but then, I can send it to IC, I can send it to Drager. So in a way, they're giving out free demos, and then that will decide whether people should purchase it. And I think for $9, I don't think it's worth it for the actual singles. Like $10 for Episode 1, $10 Episode 2, and $10 Episode 3. That seems a little bit pricey to me. I don't think that that's worth it. But the Early Bird Special, where you're getting like $10 for the soundtrack, the demo, and Episode 1, that's good value for money. And then $30 for the demo, the soundtrack, and all 3 episodes. That's good money, because it's cheaper than buying it separately. So the Early Bird Special and the bundle are both good value for money, but Individually, I think $10 might be a little bit too much, but I haven't played the full version yet. I haven't played episode 1, which is due to release. Also, the release dates. Episode 1 is due to release sometime in December. I'm not sure when, but it's definitely December. Part 2 is early 2015, and then Part 3 is late 2015. But anyway, let's just have a quick jump cut here, and I will meet you after the reveal for the final verdict. So 1 second. And we are back. We are back after the reveal. No! Wow, you babe. Alright, we are just after the reveal, so let's click in and let's run. Let's run. So I'm sorry. I don't know if you can see this behind me, and I'm not going to spoil it, that's why I'm not looking behind me. But, oh god, we've just had the reveal. Close the door closed. The door closed, the door's closed. So, yeah, the mansion is now rotating all around us, and, see there's something out the other side of there. Go. Well, yeah, that's a tense moment, and that's why I didn't spoil that reveal, because, oh boy, you may actually crap yourself at that reveal, and now it's running, and now the mansion's all screwed up, and oh god, they're all chasing me, and look at everything, it's all bad, and now I've got to look. We made it out, and there we go. I may have just caught me falling to the floor, because when you fall through the exit, you can see the actual thing that was chasing us. But yeah, look, we made it out. And if we do this way, you can see the cliff. Now, I know there's another reveal coming, so I'm going to keep my eyes to the ground for a second. Yeah, I can hear you. You gone past? Is the lift going upwards? Yeah, they're up on that lift. We don't want to... We snuck past them. But yes, so this is the cliff area. Just wanted to show the outside before the final verdict. So you can see up above us the twisted mansion. There's the mansion right there. So you can see like... we were in that mansion and this room was rotating and rolling round, and that's where we fell out. And we fell out down over there, but we don't want to go back over there because there's some badness and dead things. But yeah, this is the underground caves just stretching on, the chasm stretching on forever. You're not on that balcony, are you? I want to sneak up in it. Because, yeah, okay, there is a guy on the balcony, so we don't want to go in there. But yeah, this is the underground caverns. This is the houses clinging to the precipices, as mentioned in the description. Look, there's the house just barely clinging to the precipice of this underground cavern. This giant cavern with lordly castle-like temples and towers, and it's still got this old Victorian creepy vibe. It's so weird, but apparently you've earned a visit to your grandmother, ? So is she our grandmother? I don't know. Well, I do know, because I went onwards and I've been into the next house. But oh, it was a good game. So, you know, this was my Let's Look at Albino Lullaby. I have to say, I am extremely impressed with everything. It's, you know, even though it's just an alpha demo, I'm like, Spyro, you can't do this, it's just an alpha demo. But I'm really kind of tempted to say that this is my game of the year, even though it's only 3 hours long. Because, goddamn, when you start going through the mansion, or the other mansion, when you start actually getting into the GUI, because now we're at the tutorial, if you will, and when we actually start going into the actual, that mansion over there, and that big tower over there, when we go back into the mansions, and go through the actual cavern entrances that connect the mansions to the mansions, it's so tense, it's like amnesia, but It's just like Amnesia, but with Luigi's Mansion, and it's so crazy, it's so good. So I would recommend, you know, let me just pause it in case anything chases me. I don't think anything can chase me. I don't think so, but apparently sometimes the monsters do randomize. I can't pause. Can I just press escape to pause? Yeah, I can. I'll just press escape. So, you know, if you are interested and you have a friend that's got the demo, please get him to send you the demo. Get him or her to send you the demo, because you might not be disappointed. If you're into survival horror, this is right up your alley. You'll love it. If you like your Amnesia: The Dark Descent and your Silent Hill 2, this is like The Dark Descent and Silent Hill 2. This is a story that will mess with your mind and put you in a dark, horrible place, and I love it. And obviously the weird music and graphics and the twisting mansions all add to the atmosphere. I can see Ape Law, my friends, I can see why you won the award for best world building and narrative, because you have done a great job at building this world, building the atmosphere and building the narrative. You got me hooked. I can't wait for my season bundle to get here. I mean, I know I'm only going to get episode 1 at Christmas, but I want all 3 now, so I want all. That's for your website, because I looked at your website and, you know, I saw like the developer, each one's got like a little comment saying, oh, it's a Metroidvania that will make you piss your pants. It's like, well, now you can add Insane Spyro's quote, this is amazing, I need it now, I want it now. There's the quote for your website. And Albino Lullaby gets a great 4 out of 5. It's not quite perfect, the loading screens are quite long and they do break the immersion a little bit. So I've got to knock a point off for the loading screens because they sometimes do get really long, but aside from that, I love the music, I love the visuals mixed with the Unreal Engine. The story is fantastic, and that's why I didn't spoil any of the story, nor did I spoil the reveal. 4 out of 5, it's amazing. To everybody, if you haven't got the demo, try and get hold of the demo. Or if this video has convinced you enough that it looks good and you want to see what the actual reveal was and what the thing chasing me was, go buy the season pass. Because, you know, again, the early bird $9.99 might be good for you, it's a good value for money. The season pass, $25, it's good value for money in my eyes. The single episodes at $10 each, where you only get one piece of content for $10, it depends how long they are, but that doesn't seem worth it. But you know, if this video has convinced you, go buy the early bird, go buy the season pass, or try and get hold of a free copy of the demo. I know Dragger will probably look at this and want to have the demo, so I'll probably be sending that to her in a zip file, probably even Icy. But yeah, Dragger definitely will want to check out this thing, because she loves all the horror where you piss your pants like Amnesia. So my final verdict, 4 out of 5. I love this. I can't wait to see more Ape Law Studios. You did a great job. And that's the end of this Let's Look At. So thank you all for watching this first Let's Look At. I hope I did okay. I hope I did a good job at telling you about the game and showing off the game and its engine enough to get you interested and to keep you interested, and I hope to do more Let's Look At. You know, mostly I'll just do reviews, but if there's a game like this which really catches my interest and, you know, it's just in an alpha, it's like, hey, why don't you show it off and check it out, I'll certainly do Let's Look At some first impressions for things like this. So thank you all for watching this Let's Look At of Albino Lullaby. If you liked the video, feel free to leave a like, and if you want to see more Let's Look Ats in the future, let me know in the comments section below, and if you don't want to miss any, feel free to subscribe, and I will see all of you next time. Goodbye, my children.